This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
We're just going to start with a bit of NFL before we get into the tribunal hearing. And yesterday, a guy called Aaron Rodgers made his debut for the New York Jets. He left the Green Bay Packers on a contract of $117 million US
Not
for
enough.
3 years. He's the big time. There's Tom Brady.
Over 3 years.
That all you guys, everyone in the world knows Tom Brady because
Yes,
he's
of
won
course.
everything. And in America, and people who follow NFL would know that there's Aaron Rodgers, who a lot of people have him either better skilled than Tom,
Yeah.
or certainly on a par.
Right.
Whilst he hasn't won the championships, Tom
Sure.
has. Everyone's gone, oh, he hasn't had the players.
Yeah.
But has he dated a supermodel? Keep going.
He's had some good ones. Don't worry about that. So anyway,
She's not the worst.
so Aaron Rodgers goes, bugger this, I'm out of here. If I go somewhere else, number one, I can get the money and I'm a chance to win that title and
Yeah.
be the hero of all heroes. So he plays his first game yesterday, tore his Achilles tendon, season out.
Oh,
he
I
is
saw
done,
that.
and it might be the end of his career now. You know what it's like to...
Yeah, they're bad.
So,
They're bad. They're
is
bad.
there a clause that a career-ending injury affects your contract?
He would have
Payment.
insurance.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
guaranteed...
So
a lot of-
so they would have insurance as well?
Yes,
Okay.
they'd have to, yeah.
So
Imagine paying out that, Nathan.
but he would get that paid out? Or is there some clauses in there that say...
They have really interesting contracts. Someone could sign a $100 million contract,
Yeah.
but only have $15 million guaranteed. So there's
Oh,
all
right.
the clock.
Okay, so all
I'm
else
not
fails
saying that's
15
his.
million.
No.
I'm not saying that's his at all, but
Yes.
yeah.
There's
That-
a flaw.
that kind
There's
of
a flaw.
thing.
There could
Yeah.
be. There could be. I'm
right.
not sure of his contract, but it happens all the time. You read about
Wow.
those Australian punters.
Yes.
He's just on a $4 million contract. When
Yeah.
you read it, he's only
They're
guaranteed.
making $100 a week.
Yeah,
But you
he
know
is.
what? Doesn't it sort of sometimes make you feel really happy, reveling in other people's misery when they spend a lot of money on something and it breaks or it doesn't work? It's
No.
like, nah, it's like,
That's because you're a horrible person.
sucked in.
$117 million.
I'm so
What a
glad your
bust.
Ferrari's
What a
rusted.
bust. Moving on to the tribunal, which was all the talk yesterday. Brayden Maynard did get off,
Yeah.
which is quite surprising. I thought the AFL would have made sure that he got
made
3
an
weeks.
example of
so
him.
then it was.
Yeah.
But someone was telling me yesterday that the other thing that's not a good look for the league, if it's not dealt with swiftly, because if they give him 3, they know that. This is a bit of a conspiracy theory,
Okay.
but they give him 3, then there's going to be
Appeals
an
and-
appeal,
yeah.
and it's going to go on for a week and a bit.
Yeah.
Probably. And the AFL needs it to be done because every time you're talking about head collisions and contact like this, it persuades mums
Yes.
and dads not to have their kids
Yeah,
playing the
and
sport.
on top of that, it's also just clouding the finals race.
Yeah,
Do you know
it
what
does.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's taking the narrative away from the footy.
Yep. So Collingwood had a biomechanist come in, and David Zeta, who's on Fox Sports, who reported every second of it. Harry's friend, apparently, who pushes the buttons here for us this morning, can't get us a connection. But we did hear David Zeta on Fox Sports, and this is what the biomechanist had to say.
The biomechanist was used to explain just how quickly this incident occurred. He said once airborne, Brayden Maynard had no opportunity to avoid a collision. And once Maynard is airborne, he is essentially, in Michael Cole's words, a projectile. He is a frisbee with arms and legs. They also said, Ben Isles said that there are 2 cars here. Imagine that Maynard is in lane A and Brayshaw is in lane B. Car B veers into lane A and there's a collision. It should not be the fault of car A, which in this case is Brayden Maynard.
There's a lot of GST with that.
Yeah, isn't it just? I'll tell you what.
If someone's flying through air, a human, I wouldn't use frisbee.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
with
have
arms-
thought so
with arms and legs.
You know what I mean? It's more so like a kite
Yeah.
that had its string cut because that's got arms.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, what?
Oh, yeah.
But also, a frisbee
go out.
is spinning and is thrown at force.
I'm trying to stay with you here.
It's for a biomechanist, that's a really horrible analogy.
Yeah,
To be
I would have thought
honest.
so. I thought it would come.
Yeah.
By the way, what a great job title, biomechanist.
Mechanist, I know.
You tell everyone, what are you, biomechanist?
It sounds impressive, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
What do you make? How can you be useful as a biomechanist apart from sporting things like
that.
this?
Well,
I mean,
heaps of-
obviously, when you're dissecting, the Frosby flop or running techniques and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But how can you make money? Is it a job you can make money out of?
What?
Well, if you're a
Because
good
it sounds
one.
impressive.
Yeah, when someone needs something biomechanical done, then I mean,
You
that's
go to the biomechanist.
that's your customers.
It's pretty obvious,
For example?
Sean.
Well,
Pretty obvious.
mechanisms, biomechanisms. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I do, actually. You got me. Interesting to see if the AFL have a right of appeal. So we'll see
Well,
if this goes any
if your
further.
conspiracy theory's right, then they're not going to want to
No,
drag
they're
it
not
out.
gonna- they're not gonna drag it
So
out.
is his conspiracy theory right? We'll find out.
It was the Dockers' night of nights last night, Tuesday, for the Ferris and Bears. You're like,
rough
God.
on a Tuesday.
Yeah. School night doesn't work for us guys, does it?
What happened there? Is it that they thought they'd go further, so they'd booked a Saturday further down the track?
Well, for defending both teams, I'd say that they would always hope that they'd be playing in the last week. But what happens is, because you finish up early, the AFLPA has a mandate that you've got to be done and out of the club from commitments by a certain period of time. So that means the club has to go, we've got to slap this thing together so that they're away.
But the Eagles managed to have it on a Saturday.
Yeah, maybe there just wasn't time.
People
at particular time.
It took me 3 photos to realise that. I went, those. I looked at one photo and went, he looks good. And then the next one I went, he's wearing the same suit. How embarrassing. And then the next one I was like, okay.
Club issued
suit. Which I was then talking to Naomi about. Wouldn't it be great in life? Wouldn't it just take a whole lot of hassle off life if we're all just given one outfit each? And so you've got yours. You know how Bart Simpson, you always see him in the blue shorts and the orange shirt?
Yes.
Wouldn't that just make life so much simpler?
So much. Actually, a lot of people roll with that anyway. It's just a stock standard black T-shirt.
Yeah. A lot of guys do the black
T-shirt, the black shirt,
T-shirts and
every day, like Steve Jobs.
Jeans,
literally, that's your thing.
Yeah. So it is club issue, Nath. They're getting around in every single time. So it makes it easier.
Even down to the shoes.
Yeah, and then you wonder that their partners or girlfriends, mums and dads, they're done up to the nines and have to put in all that time.
Yes, and
they're just getting this stuff off the rack.
So my thing as well with that is, who chooses that outfit?
That'll be the sponsor. I'm not sure who it is.
Okay, so it's a site.
It'll be a sponsorship.
Okay, so it's the clothing sponsor,
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Great.
So Caleb Serong was the winner last night. He dominated this season. He was he led the possessions in the whole football league.
That was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's absolute competitive beast, and good luck to him. This is him just describing his childhood.
I can't remember a time where I didn't have a footy in my hand, and I was very fortunate to grow up with a bit of a backyard. We had a farm, dairy farm, so we had plenty of space to run around and kick the footy. I remember Saturday, Sundays, I'd be watching the footy on the TV inside, and then I'd be going out at half time and trying to replicate what I saw.
Oh, bless.
Yeah,
that's
what all
cool.
And it just makes it all nicer to know that he's surrounded by cows being milked.
Yeah, that's right.
It just makes it more wholesome.
That's right. He must have strong bones. As a result.
Oh, yeah, very strong bones. It's funny, actually, because Caleb's only a small guy, but he's obviously powerful and strong and all that. But his brother is like a good foot taller than him.
Is that right?
Yeah, easily. Who plays for Hawthorn, Jai.
Yeah.
Your brother was smaller than you, Nate?
Yeah, my brother was always Harry's got an email.
He got mail.
Yeah, my brother was taller than me all the time until year 6. And at the end of year 6, started year 7, and then I shot up over him, and I was probably my head taller than him, which is
that's a big
2
head.
meters.
That's a big head.
And when it's your younger brother,
he was enraged, and then I became faster. I became a fastest short distance runner than him because we used to get champion boys in both of our age groups, and then suddenly we went into the same age group. He stopped doing short distance because I would have beat him, and he ended up winning long distance because No
wonder he's beating you and firing crossbows at you just to keep you in line.
Yeah, that's right. That explains the ninja stuff.
Yeah, if you've got a brother saying I want to do ninjutsu, make your parents stop it.
And finally, Simona Halep, former world number 1 tennis player, has been suspended for 4 years. She has been provisionally suspended up until this point for 1 year because she's been found to be a doping cheat on 2 different occasions.
Oh, is this a tennis chick?
Yeah, and Serena Williams was the first thing I read this morning was Serena Williams tweeting out that because she believes she should have 8 Wimbledon titles.
Yeah.
And that would make her 24
8 would be
Grand
better,
Slams.
Isn't right? 8 would be
8
better.
would be better.
Yeah,
so she's on 23 Grand Slam titles.
Yeah.
24 Grand Slams would have her equal with Margaret Court and equal with Novak Djokovic.
And I'm sorry, for someone like Serena to come and say that, because she doesn't really badmouth people, you know? She doesn't need the money or anything. For the sport.
Yes.
She knows a lot. She knows what's going on. So, this chick's going, it was an accident and all this sort of stuff.
Twice.
So, for Serena Williams to come out and publicly say something like that, Serena knows what's going on.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Straight
all the
out.
athletes
And that would be so frustrating.
Yeah, but you can't, because it was detected in 22, you can't say in 2019 she was doing the same. When you're in those groups and when you're in that area, you go, you know all that stuff.
They all know.
Yeah.
They all know.
But there's no evidence.
Yeah. No, there's no evidence. Yeah. And Nat, you made a point this morning because if this happens in a Olympics, then the medal gets taken off.
They get a retrospective gold medal.
But not in this circumstance. She won't be able to get that
rubbing her name off the trophy.
It'll still be there. I wonder if Wimbledon will take any.
I know. It's interesting, isn't it?
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.